viewers, Dr. Gangrene here, and it's time to continue our top 10 Vincent Price film countdown. We're all the way up to the number 4 film on our countdown, and coming in at number 4 we have the William Castle classic, The Tingler. Now in this film, Vincent Price plays a scientist who discovers that there's a creature called a Tingler living inside each of us.
There's a force in all of us that science knows nothing about, the force of fear. That it's strong enough to shatter the spinal column we know. But what it is, what causes it to appear and disappear, we don't know.
Maybe it's the force that makes your spine tingle when you're scared.
You know, it's odd. I've been experimenting with this force for years. Never had a name for it until now. Now I think I'll call it the Tingler.
It resembles a centipede and grows along the spine of a person, and it's normally kept at bay through screaming.
The Tingler.
But if for some reason a person couldn't scream, the Tingler actually could pose a threat to this person's very life. Now this film was filmed in black and white. There's actually a color sequence that was inserted during a portion of the film where a guy is trying to scare his wife to death. His wife who, conveniently enough, is mute and unable to scream. After she passes away, Vincent is actually able to dissect her and remove the Tingler intact, thus proving his theory is correct. This Tingler, of course, escapes later on, runs on a rampage, and escapes into a theater that is located beneath this person's house.
What's below this?
The theater.
The theater. Ollie, the Tingler is in the theater.
Now this is definitely my very favorite of all the William Castle movies. It's one of those films that Castle went completely over the top with the gimmicks. The gimmick in this one was called Percepto. Percepto was an actual buzzer that was set under the seat that would vibrate the seat during the climactic portion of the film. This one also had nurses standing by in the lobby, and they would actually sometimes even have a plant in the audience, a person who would scream and faint, and the nurses would run in and drag them out. Good stuff, great classic William Castle stuff.
I am William Castle, the director of the motion picture you're about to see. I feel obligated to warn you that some of the sensations, some of the physical reactions which the actors on the screen will feel will also be experienced for the first time in motion picture history by certain members of this audience.
This film is definitely one of Vincent Price's most fun. Forget about making sense of it. It's rubber science. And I'll tell you one more neat fact about this movie. It has one of the first acid trips, if not the first acid trip, ever put on film. And Vincent Price actually plays it over the top.
Scream. Scream.
You gotta love that. So for all those reasons, this film is the number 4 film in my Vincent Price top 10 film countdown.
I'm William Castle, and I feel obligated to warn you about the next attraction you will see at this theater. The picture is The Tingler, which I directed. And for the first time in motion picture history, members of the audience, including you, will actually play a part in the picture. You will feel some of the physical reactions, the shocking sensations experienced by the actors on the screen. I guarantee that the Tingler has more shocks per minute than my last film, The House on Haunted Hill. But don't be alarmed. You can protect yourself. When you see the picture, you will be told, and remember the instruction, how you can guard yourself from attack by the Tingler. And now may I show you a few scenes from the Tingler?